Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Craig Burley, Stevie Nicol and Frank Leboeuf are here with us. They cannot wait to answer your questions.
Frank wants to know if I'm in a better mood than yesterday's Extra Time.
Are you?
No.
Gosh, well, let's see how good the questions
what about yesterday's questions?
Oh, my God.
Yesterday's questions.
Oh, my God.
The filtering department should have been fired on the spot for allowing those.
Well, let's see what you think of today, shall we? The first one is for you.
I don't think a lot of them, and I've not seen them already.
The other week I was on with you and you said, that was a nice extra time. There were some good questions
Yeah, but it's
today.
gone downhill since then, and I've now decided it's my goal in life to get off the Extra Time segments.
OK, well, you said
Or
the
that the questions dry up.
Or it could be your goal in life to actually impress Craig with a question. All right, let's see if this.
Well, but see, everybody thinks
I know.
Good luck. Everybody thinks it's like
to impress him with anything.
Well, as I said yesterday, people think that that I don't want to be on this.
You just said you're trying everything to get off it.
And they also take it serious. This is not proper. This is not proper analysis. It's Extra Time, you idiots.
But it's their chance to ask them a question.
Well, ask a decent one.
All right, what do you think of this one?
The guff we had yesterday.
Craig, what do you think of this Real Madrid squad and how far will they go in the Champions League and La Liga? That's all right.
La Liga, they've got every chance because there's probably going to be, well, not Barcelona on yesterday's performance. So they're looking the better of the two Spanish giants, for sure. When you're playing Luke de Jong up front and you've got Karim Benzema, that helps. Obviously, Atleti are going to be strong, but in this competition, I'm going to give them to the quarterfinals. What do you think?
Couldn't disagree. There's at least 4 better teams than them in the competition.
But was it you who said every time you look up at a screen when Vinicius Junior's on, it feels like someone's running after him?
I know.
It's a bit quick.
Well, it was the weekend was the best against Celta. I mean, the right back. He must have slept for a fortnight after that game. Because all he could do was... I don't know what number Vinicius is. Ask the right back that played for Celta. Because all he could do was chase after him. That's all he could see was
But bearing in mind how problematic the Spanish transfer window sort of shenanigans debacle was over there, particularly for those two Super Leagues, players leaving, managers coming in, Ancelotti has to be pretty pleased with their start, considering. I'm not saying they've played brilliantly, but they've got the results he's needed, unlike at the other end, where it's been just a disaster. So I think he's got to be pretty happy. But quarterfinals, Max, what?
We're off to a good start. This is not a bad start.
Don't jinx it.
All right, I won't. I'm just going to...
Right, that's it. I'm done.
Frank,
done.
next one's for you. Frank, is the PSG performance today more proof that Verratti might be the most important player for PSG?
That Verratti? Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, the most important player for Paris Saint-Germain doesn't exist because they never found him. The midfield player, defensive midfield player that you have for Liverpool, Anderson, like you have for Chelsea, and N'Golo Kante, like you have for Bayern Munich, Kimmich, you don't have in Paris Saint-Germain. But definitely, from the player that they have, Verratti is crucial in the middle of the park.
See, that is a very reasonable question.
Analysis, yes. And analysis.
And analysis.
Yes.
I'm not sure about that.
Yes, especially the analysis.
We're two for two.
Guff what we got yesterday.
We're 2 for 2.
God. That's a very reasonable question.
I like the next one. Looking at PSG's forward line today, what was the best front three or forward line during your respective playing careers? You, Craig.
Well, I'll go first.
Oh.
Okay. The best 3 I can come up with, and I was lucky, I mean, at Derby with Ravanelli and Celtic with Henrik, but a front 3 of Hullet, Zola and Mark Hughes.
Not bad.
Yeah, I like it.
What about yours, Frank?
Well, you know, I had the chance to play once, and it was a big game, but I would say for the national team. We can say the national teams as well, or only the club team?
That you've ever played with.
Yep.
Okay, that I ever played with or played against?
It has to be with.
Freaking French.
With. Okay. Thierry Henry, Yuri Djorkaeff, and Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad at all. Now I'm interested, though, in who it was against. What would it have been if you were to pick against?
Against, I was Rivaldo, Bebeto, and Ronaldo for Brazil.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's mine as well.
That's
From the 98
three,
World
right.
That's Frank's talking
Yeah.
about the 98 World
Yeah.
Cup. Yes.
Yeah.
They were easy.
Yeah, easy peasy. Go on then, Stevie.
Well, it's a lot easier for me because it was a front two when I was playing. It's easy. I get the answers easy as well. Russian Dalglish. Don't get any better.
All right. We're doing well.
yeah.
I'm worried
Yeah.
now. All right.
They're all
Craig,
good players.
this is from Don Hutchison's maths teacher.
Well, they're not doing very well. The maths teacher's not.
Didn't do a good job on him.
Oh, Don's not at school again today.
For Craig, what is the most important skill he learned during his football playing days that serves him well playing golf?
What's the noise in the background? We're getting...
It sounds like
Somebody's playing a game on a console, shooting. What's? Do you hear that?
it sounds like the monster out of Stranger Things, but I don't know if anyone knows what that is.
Like a bat flying off.
What was the question?
What is the most important skill you learned during your football playing days that serves you well during your playing golf?
Oh, it serves me well.
Concentration.
Patience. Oh, you've got loads
Tell
of
you what,
patience,
I'll
Craig.
tell you what, I have more patience on a golf course than him.
Maybe we should do extra time on the golf course then.
More patience than him.
Is that true though?
On the golf course.
On the golf course?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you impatient on the golf course?
Oh, am I ever? If we have to wait in the tee box for more than like 60 seconds, I'm starting to moan. In fact, and even before we've got to wait, I'm anticipating having to wait, and then I start moaning. I'll turn to him and go, by the way, see if they don't got a move on, we're going to end up catching them. And if we do, we're going to have to play through them. And he's like, well, I'm like,
You know what?
When we played their previous course that we used to play in the area,
I walked off a couple.
I don't know. He called me one day and said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm just like half a mile away or whatever." He said, "Get down here. There's people in the car park." There was a couple of cars.
Hadn't even started yet.
They hadn't even started. They hadn't started. They were getting the clubs out of the trunk of their car. So he gave me the hurry up, because we need to beat these to the first tee. Oh yeah.
Remember that day I walked off with you and your mate?
Oh, Rob.
Aye.
At
I can't enough. We'd
yeah,
three holes in the trot.
Impatient.
3 holes in the trot. We'd been on tee box for about 5 minutes.
impatient.
And I just went like that. I said, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm going home.
Yeah, he's
So
not.
went on.
He's not.
He's not patient. One thing I always find, though, working with ex-pros, is that you're always on time, and I'm feeling that comes from being professional footballers.
Well, I like to be
You
on
get
time
fined
for.
Yeah.
if you don't go on, if you don't get on time,
But
you
still,
get fined.
you still carry it into your
See, if I'm
careers
going to a
afterwards.
meeting, if my meeting's at 10 o'clock in the morning, I don't like to get there at 10 o'clock. I like to get there at 9:50 or whatever. Now,
If you're on time, you're late.
there is somebody else in my household
Right?
who doesn't. And I suppose
Not Cheryl by any chance.
Well, she wasn't a professional footballer. She didn't get fined if she wasn't
I
on
don't know if
time.
it's just, but anyway, I like to get there a little early.
Frank, are you like that? Do you always have to be on time?
Yes, you know, I was born on time. They say to my mother that I would come at 9 a.m. and I arrive at 9 a.m. So I'm always on time. I'm always early, like Stevie. If you're on time, you're late. So I'm
That's
always
just
early.
what I thought, Frank. I just knew that with Frank. He was talking before he was even out the room.
Well, I want him to talk now.
And he's never stopped since that day.
Actually, Frank, I'm really interested in what you're going to say next, because the next question's for you. Frank, what was your first impression of Craig when you first arrived at Chelsea?
Here's a guy with no teeth.
Oh,
God.
yeah, that was pretty. That was pretty. The first, yeah, it's pretty much the first thought that I had. You know, how come you can take your teeth out to play a game and put your teeth back? You know, when you finish the game, that was pretty awkward for me. But
We didn't do that in France, no?
No, I never seen that before you, I have to say. That was exclusive, especially for me. But I think what amazed me the most is I found that Craig was a very technical and very precise player, but he was also a warrior. He was ready to go for a fight. And in France,
Not that
you
way.
were either, let's say, a technical player. Let's say you will be a technical player, but you will be not willing on going for the fight, tackling, not giving up. And Craig had both, and I think it was a very useful teammate. So when he was alongside Denis Wise, for example, and Roberto Di Matteo, we knew that in the middle of the park we would win the battle, and that's very important during a football game.
The teeth, see, it's the teeth. He's gone all shy, look at him. He's gone all shy.
That's a nice one, though, that you never hid. That's what he means, doesn't it? By not a fisticuffs.
No, I'm not fighting.
Yeah.
No, I'm not fighting. Physical fighting, just
Yeah.
getting stuck in.
Right. I wouldn't expect that from you at all, Craig.
No, well, I think to be honest, most of the players in that day were that's how you were brought up.
No, yeah, your teeth.
When you did your apprenticeship or whatever it was, and Stevie was at Ayr United, I was in London as a youngster. If you shirked any tackles when you were in the youth team or whatever, you got told on no uncertain terms.
I had a guy I played with, a guy called Jimmy Sherry. After I got in the first team, I played about 9 or 10 games. And he came up to me one day before a game and he said, "It's about time you got a yellow card." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He went, "Well, it's about time you kicked somebody." So I thought, oh no, something I need to do. So sure enough, I kicked somebody and got a yellow card.
And you never
And
looked back.
I never looked back. I kept on kicking people.
All right, next one for you, Stevie, from ESPN FC. Go on.
Sorry, Kay. Okay, I have just another first impression about Craig. The first time he talked to me with his beautiful Scottish accent.
No.
And I thought, okay, what kind of language is that, you know? He said, "Hey, Frenchie, are you doing, mate?" Well, I got nothing. I
we
barely
have the
get
accent
something
again?
now.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, what country was
hey,
that?
Can we?
are you alright, mate?
That was Scouse.
Are you alright, mate? He's a
Scouse.
Frenchie. He's a Frenchie.
To be fair, we was
Well, that's almost the same for me.
We had French, we had Italian, we had Dutch, we had a Russian goalkeeper, we had honestly, this Chelsea, we had Norwegians, Danes.
17 different nationalities. 17.
Was it?
The first
Wow.
year I came.
Yeah, it was a lot.
17,
It was a big-
yeah.
Yeah, it was a
because
lot.
it was crazy.
There was a few.
Crazy.
There was a few Brits, not many. But
Not
they
too
used
many.
to use the
Yeah.
bad language.
Right. And
Frank used
that's
to
how
talk
these
a lot.
lot all learned it. Frank used to talk a lot, I don't believe you.
Yeah, he did.
ESPN FC.
Nobody ever said to him, "Frank, shut up." Nobody.
Until he met Dan
In
Thomas.
training.
All right,
Yeah,
Stevie,
Exactly.
what thoughts go through the minds of players for clubs going through difficult transitional periods, such as Manchester United, Arsenal, especially Barcelona currently? It looked like Barca were playing the game expecting to lose and not even be able to get a point from the match.
Why didn't I come here when they were good?
Yeah.
How about that? How about, are we going to get any better soon?
Yeah, but what about if you're one of the players who's been through all the success and then you're there? That's got to be tougher, right?
It's very frustrating, and actually you can't figure it out at the time. I went through that with Liverpool, you know, from the 89-90 team to when I left 94. So many changes, certainly changes in position in the table, losing games you shouldn't. It's frustrating. But at the end of the day, you actually, when you leave and you look back, you end up realising how lucky you were to be there when they were so good.
Right.
And that 90% of players, or even probably 95% of professional players, never get the chance to play with a team that good. At the time, you're thinking it's everybody else is not good enough, but it's not until you finish and you look back and you realise how lucky you were that you played with a group of players that were actually that good.
Right. Okay,
Good questions
I know,
today.
we've got 2 left.
That means tomorrow's questions
to
are going to
finish
be
strong.
absolutely guff.
We'll see.
Fortunately, you off tomorrow?
I'll be
We're
here.
off tomorrow, that's good.
I'll be here,
Me-
so I'll report back. Are you here,
You
Frank?
off, Frank?
No, I'm off too. Sorry.
All right, I'll report back. Right.
You're off?
I'm here. Yeah.
Somebody's keeping up the
Aye.
keeping up the.
A tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Stevie, on rumours that United fans have stopped eating desserts since Ronaldo has come back, would you give up mince or shepherd's pie for anyone?
Not a chance. Not a chance. No way.
Even if someone with a 10-pack walks into the dressing
couldn't
room.
care less. Not a chance.
Listen, trust me. If he was being held in captivity somewhere,
Yeah.
and the offer was that he had to give up that mince and tatties to be released, he would stay where he was.
I'd be stuck.
So I'm interested in this now. When I was working at Real Madrid, one of the managers that came in banned ketchup and many other things, but ketchup was one of them. What are some of the things that have been banned during your playing days under different managers?
Salt,
Oh,
Salt.
fizzy water.
beer.
I don't want to tell the sparkling story one again because I've told it 100 times. Sparkling water was
Sparkling
banned.
water.
Yeah, only still water, which didn't please one of my colleagues, and he's a big lad. Banged it to death.
Fish and chips and beer on the bus on the way home after the game.
I wonder why.
Who would have thought that would have ever have been banned?
Yeah.
Frank, any managers that put the ban on certain foods or drinks for you, and what were they?
Well, not in France, but when I came to Chelsea, I think was it Gullit? I think it's Vialli who brought an Italian chef to stop all the food that the English was offering to us, and go to a normal traditional sporty food, let's say. So everything
Normal.
was English, was in the bin. Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah, because we had the canteen, we had above the old training ground at the university where Chelsea used to rent it, where Frank and I used to train. Obviously, they've got their own private one in Cobham now, but we had a canteen upstairs, and it wasn't. It was okay, but it wasn't to obviously. It wasn't rude. It changed it. Yeah, Frank's right. It was Vialli.
Right.
Well, I say it was okay, Frank. Come on.
No,
What they
that was
don't
ugly.
know-
That was
what
awful. That was awful.
Well, what they didn't know, right, around the corner from the training ground, there was a bus park for all the shuttle buses that used to go from the hotels to the airport, right?
Right.
Now, the British lads sussed out this was here, and on this bus there was one bus that didn't move, and it was rejigged into a kitchen for all the workers to go and get the greasiest English breakfast and everything you can get. And we used to go around there and,
How good is that?
and sit in the bus with the workers that were working, and we used to have the most unhealthy breakfast before training and lunch as well. Brilliant.
There's always a little sneaky way
Oh
around
my
it, right?
God.
Round the corner, about half a mile from the training ground.
That explains many things now. I understand better
Yes.
our performances.
Lastly,
Well, Wisey was the cheerleader for that one. Dennis,
Dennis Wise, the cheerleader for what?
taking the boys round for the greasy spoon
okay.
bus, followed quickly by me and a few others. But it was brilliant.
All right. None of the Frenchmen, though.
No. Frank was the only Frenchman.
Frank, the only Frenchman.
At the
Definitely
time.
not the
One was
Italian.
enough.
They were doing it at the barn getting frogs. And
One
all
was
that,
enough.
Okay, lastly, this isn't very nice.
Oh,
Doesn't Craig Burley look extremely happy since Dan Thomas stopped showing up to work? Did he wish Dan to get well soon?
well, actually, you have to be honest. Yesterday was my first day in since Dan hasn't been in. So my last day in was last Wednesday because I've been doing something else, and Dan took ill on the Thursday, I believe. So I haven't actually been in. So I was in yesterday, and I was really grumpy. So I don't.
So it's a mere coincidence.
Is it?
No.
Is somebody watching this ahead of time or something?
No.
I don't know.
No idea.
Okay.
The answer is, what was the other part of the question?
Have you wished him well?
No, I haven't, no.
Well, we all wish him well, and he should be back by early next week.
I haven't been to the hospital to see him.
I spoke to him today.
We love you, Dan.
Big love.
By the way, he was meant to be coming around my house Friday night to do something on the computer to help me and my wife. And he sent me a message today saying,
How dare he get ill and not help you?
I don't think I'm going to get out of hospital on time. I thought, typical. Hey, selfish. What about me and Elna?
Well, I cover for him on everything else, so should I come and help you with it?
Okay, that was a roundabout way of asking. Let's be honest. We all know there's nothing wrong with Dan. There's nothing wrong with him.
He's just got his feet up.
He's in there for the sympathy vote. See who comes round to visit me, bring some fruit.
You can give him some stick next week because he should be back next week. Yeah.
He won't be back before Friday.
No, not before the weekend.
If he thinks he's going to have a little spell in hospital, and that's going to mean we're going to take it easy on him, he's mistaken.
Forget it.
Okay.
Forget it.
There you go. You've got a lot to look forward to when you return to action.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's all about him.
How did you rate today's extra time?
Today's extra, I must admit, yesterday's extra time, I thought was absolutely abysmal. Right, quite frankly, I was despondent last night. I couldn't sleep, and today I thought the questions were actually very good today. We must have had some. Either we filtered them properly today, or we had some sensible viewers.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.